Hi everyone, am I audible, guys?
Yes,
Hi. So let me start the class. Please let me know if my screen is visible, guys. Is my screen visible, guys?
No,
Is it now? Is it visible now?
yes,
Okay. So this session is about completely on fabric plus synapse. Okay. We are going to discuss fabric plus synapse in this course. So what all things will be covered as part of this program is you'll be learning Azure Data Lake Gen 2 storage account on you'll be learning something called synapse, which is an ETL tool. In the cloud, we call it as ELT tool. This is part of a data engineering job. And then we'll be covering something called fabric. So these three things will be covered as part of this program. In fabric, you'll be learning data warehouse, lake house. You'll be learning data factory in fabric, notebooks, and real-time analytics. This will be covered as part of the fabric. Any questions, guys? Anyone? Do you have any questions, guys? Okay, if no questions, let me continue further. So as you all know, Microsoft Fabric was released in last November, and which is a unified platform for all the data engineering workloads. It's a single place where all your services are located. So you don't need to integrate go to multiple places and integrate between the resources. It's a single place now, and all the companies are looking forward to migrate to Microsoft Fabric. They have also given couple of capabilities in the Microsoft Fabric. If you previously we used to go to data factory separate tool, we have to create it. Synapse separate tool, we have to create it. And if you wanted to integrate data like Gen 2 with them, you have to give some permissions. Databases you have to integrate, they have to give some permissions. So all these things are separately created, but it is now unified at one place. And you can, if you go, it's a one-stop solution for all your data engineering workloads. You don't need to create anything which is already available there. So that's why Fabric is called as SaaS solution. SaaS solution, software as service solution. And they have made few flexibilities, and it is still evolving tool. In the Fabric, we have something called, we can run even data factory pipelines from the Fabric. So they have given this facility as well. You can mount the data factory and you can run the data factory pipelines. So they are coming to integrate Synapse pipelines in coming future. And there are a lot of things changing in the Fabric area. um, so if you learn this tool, you don't need to worry about all the data engineering stuff. One solution, it is available on the data engineering side. And previously we used to create storage accounts like data like Gen 2, blob storage, all these things. But now for entire organization, one storage system they are giving, which is called as one lake. In Fabric, for your office, if you have 10 projects in your office, all the 10 projects people will be having stored their data in one lake only. So single storage system for entire office. So this is very crucial, so that you can access based on the permissions, you can access others people data. We don't need to worry about bringing data again from one storage account to another storage account for other projects. Everything will be stored in one lake only. So this is also a game changer, and there is no particular limit for how much storage they are giving. This is unlimited storage. Any question? Ramya, what is Fabric itself? Okay. uh,
Yeah, that is covered, I
Ramya,
think.
yeah, okay.
And
How
how
it
is
is
it
different from
different from?
Synapse?
So, yeah.
Yeah, Synapse, you can treat it as a big data analytics solution. Synapse, it's only for data engineering purpose and analytics. If you wanted to integrate with Power BI, you have to connect with Power BI, okay, externally. And if you wanted to connect to real-time analytics, you have to connect it externally. It's only limited to data engineering and analytics purpose. But coming to Fabric, there are all the things available there itself, um, which is a real-time analytics or Power BI. Everything is located in Fabric itself. You don't need to go and integrate separately with them. Whatever the data you are bringing and loading, you can directly develop reports on top of them. So it is a little ahead step they have taken. Previously, they gave a flexibility to analyze on top of files in the Synapse. Now they made a little ahead, and they wanted to create Power BI reports itself from the data which we are generating. And they have given some flexibilities how to generate Power BI reports. We don't need to write we don't need to download the Power BI desktop, develop the things, nothing. Directly sync with a single click, the report will auto generate with the self intelligence of the Power BI. So in Synapse, you have um, data engineering pipelines, you have notebooks, and also you have the serverless SQL pool concept. But in Fabric, along with this Synapse, they have integrated Power BI, real-time analytics, lakehouse, and also they integrated data warehouse also there itself. So additional features we have in Synapse in the Fabric. Is it clear, Ramya?
Yeah. So for real-time analytics, we always need the data warehouse, right? I mean, uh, we cannot use the data that is stored as files in the in the Azure data lake, mm, right? So, so how is the data stored here? I mean, do we create again data warehousing stuff also in Fabric?
Yeah, it is already available there. You don't need to create anything. Data warehouse is available there. So you can directly click on new data warehouse and start loading the data. You don't need to give specifications like what is the server, what is the capacity. You don't need to worry about them. And in the second place, we have something called a lake house, okay, where you can store the data in form of files and tables. Both the things are available, okay. So data like gen2, it is only you are storing the data in files, but in Fabric, it is a combination of files and tables. So in short term, I can say you can avoid the data warehouse also. With the lakehouse, your work will be finished.
So we'll be using Delta Lake table. I mean Delta Live tables here.
Consider that as delta lake tables. Whatever the data you create, it is stored in the backend as delta parquet file format. Even the data warehouse data will be stored in the backend as delta parquet format.
Okay.
Okay, you can integrate with Snowflake. You can integrate with DBT. So many things. Their integration is also available. So one-stop solution for all your data engineering stuff. In coming future, this is going to lead the market, and people, you see now data factory. So 70 to 80% of companies, they have moved from data factory to Synapse. Now they are bringing Fabric. So again, 70 to 80% of companies will be moving to fabric, and even more than that, and they'll stop using these things, individual tools. They'll go to one stop solution and they'll use all these collective tools. And compared to the performance also, fabric has native spark engine which boosts your performance for the workloads for the data engineering purpose, and it is also going to beat the competitors like Databricks, Snowflake.
So if people from Synapse move to Fabric, how will they convert all these tables that are existing in Synapse to Fabric? I mean, so do they need to create a separate pipelines, data pipelines for all those tables? Um,
Mm. So what
what?
happening is they are going to give us a mount option. You don't need to migrate Synapse thing completely to Fabric. You run from Fabric all the Synapse things. So they're giving you mount option. You can directly connect to Synapse, existing Synapse, and you can utilize the Fabric capacity for running the workloads. You don't need to redesign the things again.
Okay.
So
So
you'll
currently,
understand. Yeah.
okay. And currently in Synapse, we have some kind of performance issues and we need to increase our DWs and everything.
Mm.
Whenever we have lot of stuff, that kind of metrics, temp DB is high, we need to check. We do that kind of stuff, right? We either scale out, I mean, we increase the DW capacity at the Synapse side. But in Fabric, how that performance will be monitored and how it is fabric side once synapse is moved to fabric don't we get any kind of issues like this or how it
You are
is
going to
handled.
utilize. You are going to utilize Fabric capacity for all these things. So Fabric,
Okay.
I said no native Spark engine. You are going to utilize that engine for running your all workloads. So this
Okay.
scaling out, scaling in that is not required. So what all the Fabric configuration you are going to use, it will help you to um, process the data faster. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So others who are new to this, don't worry, because we are going to start from very basics. From the Synapse, I'll start. Once the Synapse is done, then I'll move to Fabric. Why we are going to Synapse is you need to learn what data engineering will do. So basic pipeline design, everything, the UI is comfortable in Synapse. Once you learn the Synapse, then we'll be moving into Fabric. There you can utilize the next sessions. Okay, you can see the advantages of Fabric there. I don't know whose side the sound is coming. Okay. So any questions, guys? Okay. Let me tell about the program overview. The program will be taken for 40 days, 40 classes, at least to 45 classes you have to spend. And Monday to Friday, the classes will be there. There will not be any classes over the weekend. Every day recording you will be getting. And also, I'll give you two mini projects, one for Synapse and one for Databricks, one for Fabric. You need to complete those, and you can come back to me with the questions. Okay. Once you are done with the projects, if you are unable to do, I'll connect with you and I'll help you for doing the projects. And interview questions we'll be giving, and also resume preparation tips I'll be sharing with you. So this is the outline we are going to promise from our end, and only thing you have to do is attend regularly the classes. If you not attend one or two classes, that is fine because the recordings will be shared with you. But if you miss too many classes, it will be hard to get into touch again. So 45 days of your time you have to dedicate here, and once it is done, you can apply for uh, DP 600 certification for Fabric. Is it fine? Any questions, guys, from your end? And regarding the class
Um,
timings, we are going to conduct 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. There is no shift in the class timings again in near future. This is also a promise from mine. Okay, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. This will be fixed everywhere. Any questions?
Most
Janardhan,
of the
Satya.
companies have started the fabric.
Okay. We have openings in fabric in US market and as well as India market. They have been shifting towards the fabric because they wanted to place all their projects into a single place. They don't wanted to worry about multiple objects creation, handling their security. There are separate teams dedicated for migrations. They don't want this stuff. They wanted to simply integrate all together into one solution, that is fabric. So that's why they are moving to fabric again. There are openings on the fabric in India and abroad also, and the requirement is how to design the pipelines again here, how to mount those things and get the data. So yeah, is there a scope for freshers? Okay, always think in this way that data engineering is not like a data scientist or other jobs. Okay, data engineering anyone can join. Even when I joined as a ETL developer, okay, I joined as a fresher itself. Okay, there are no limitations for data engineer whether only experienced person can join or whether a freshers can join. That is not a condition. If you learn the subject, if you apply your skills and attend an interview, they're going to take it. There is no doubt for freshers also in this area. There are companies like TCS, they are looking for 0 to 2 years of experience for the data engineers. Okay,
How much package companies will offer for this?
based on the experience it will differ. Okay, some 3 to 4 lakhs for freshers, and if you have some around 5 years of experience, 15 to 20 lakhs based on the company they'll be providing. And if you have some 10 plus years of experience, that again it's goes range. Okay, depends on the companies, depends on the offerings they give, right? If it is service based, one kind of package they will offer. If it is a product based, another kind of package they will offer. And there are companies who are going to provide like for 10 plus years of experience, they're providing 30 plus lakhs in the market. For 5 plus years experience, nearly 15 to 20 lakhs they are getting. It's fixed, I'm talking. A variable, it differs again from company to company. Fixed salary is around 15 to 20. People are earning 5 plus years of experience in this domain.
Got it.
Hmm.
So I have one more question, Sai.
Hmm.
So how does we handle the performance issues here in Fabric? See, in Synapse, currently in the company where we are working, we are using Synapse. And in our company, there are many users, I mean, many tracks, many work streams, many service accounts. People run the jobs from different service accounts. Now, how we are doing is we are adjusting the workload group. We are creating workload group, and we are creating different classifiers under that workload group. And we are adjusting the capacities from 100% to 35 or 20%. Like that, we are doing now. But how do we handle this kind of performance issues when at the same time all the batches from different service accounts are running at the same time and occupy the resources? How do we handle the performance issues in Fabric? They go to queue state and they may take longer time. Um, do we get any temp DB or blocking, long running session issues or kind of thing here?
They have given all the checks how you can go and check these long running queries. Okay, what is stopping you? They have given the system views already in the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
That is on the one end. On the second end, um, once you enter into the fabric, no, I'll show you what all things will make your life easier with the performance hurdles. Okay, and third thing, we have new engines available here in the fabric. Okay, which is not the like the previous ones. this will enable your cluster within 10 seconds of your time. If you enable your cluster in, if you have used data flows in Synapse, if you're on the debug cluster, it will take some 3 minutes of time. Okay, but that's the same cluster will spin up here in 10 seconds. Even in Databricks also, if you start the compute, it will take almost for you 2 minutes, more than 2 minutes. Okay,
Even if it is
but
in a cluster pool, it will take that many minutes of time.
even if it is, sorry,
In a cluster pool, in a pool, if it is
yes.
under non-pool cluster, it will take longer time. The startup time will be high. But if it is still
Hmm.
in the cluster pool, will it take still that much time? 2
It is
minutes.
comparatively better, but not good as Fabric. This is like
Okay.
within 10 seconds of your time, the cluster is going to up and it is going to start your workload. And
Mm.
in other engines like Databricks, when you create a compute, it is going to build the amount from the beginning itself. Once ever you start the cluster will not be available for you, but still the billing starts because you started it. So for the 2 minutes of idle time also, they are going to charge you the billing. But here in Spark, in the Fabric, once the cluster is available, then only the charging will start. So the amount wise also there is some difference between the Fabric and the other systems. Performance wise also there is a difference between these things. So it is going to revolutionize. You'll learn the tips of improving the performance in coming days. Okay, I'll make sure that you'll learn something from the performance side.
Okay.
So the people who are new to Azure, you can join from different streams. That is not an issue. But whatever you are doing, no, you have to practice regularly. That is what definitely need to step up. You need to practice it regularly. You need to um, get the recordings. Whatever the lab you have done, you have to do. You have to, one more thing, you have to procure your Azure account yourself. Fabric, I can guide you. That is a free account. That is not an issue. But for Microsoft portal account, you have to get the access, and there will be 30 days of time they'll be giving you. That is enough for us, and you'll be learning Synapse first. So you get hands on what is data engineering, what is this thing, how the data is moving, everything. You'll get some idea. Then you can move to the Fabric. In the Fabric, you'll be learning the additional things. Any questions, guys? So the regular classes will be starting from tomorrow, 7 to 8 a.m. The batch will start, and from tomorrow, consider like 45 days of your time. Saturday, Sunday, there will be no class.
Okay.
If no doubts, guys, we can wind up the session. Please let me know if you have anything. Any general questions also, that is welcome.
What about your fee structure?
Sorry, Pavan.
I'm talking about fees.
Okay, fees you can discuss with the organizer. Okay, I'm just a trainer. Okay, whoever the organizer reached, you can talk with them about the fees. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, please feel free to drop. If you have
I have
anything,
a
you can
I
ask
have a
organizer.
question here. Sorry, I have a question
Yes,
here.
finish. Please tell
Would you
me.
be
Yeah.
sending us a link for the Synapse trial account?
Yes, yes. I'll be making you to do it in the class itself. I'll show
Okay.
you how to do it. I'll be guiding you on that.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Okay. If any additional doubts and if you wanted to talk separately, you can ask the organizer. He can make a connection with me and you can discuss with me. Okay. If you have any further questions on the program. Thank you all guys for joining. Let's continue the class from tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Thank you, Rai.